So I've been looking up the Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus for a while now, and while it might seem like the perfect mid-range device, specs on paper, the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3, the advanced AI feature, the 3 years OS upgrade, and all of that, it still might not be the upgrade you want coming from last year's Note 13 Pro Plus. And here is why. Both phones comes with a TPU case, a 120-watt fast charger, a USB to Type-C cable, and a SIM ejector tool. And when I first saw the design on the Note 14 Pro Plus, I thought to myself, great, because this looks a lot better and a lot different from what we got on the Note 13 Pro Plus from last year. With the new camera bump at the back of this device, it's also got a tougher build, all thanks to the Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and also has a slightly curved edges, unlike the 13 Pro Plus from last year. I mean, this for me is obviously an impressive design, or what do you think? Anyways, the Note 14 Pro Plus comes in 3 different colors. That is the frost blue, the black, and the lavender purple. But design alone is not enough for you to scoop out a whooping $385 for a smartphone. So let's get into the details. For the display of the 14 Pro Plus, you get a 6.6 inches screen size with HDR 10 Plus and an AMOLED panel that refreshes up to 120 Hz with Dolby Vision and features up to 1220 by 2712p resolution, just the same as the 13 Pro Plus. But Xiaomi raised the peak brightness of the 14 Pro Plus from 1800 to 3000 nits of brightness, and again they increased the protection from the Corning Gorilla Glass to the Glass Victus 2 on the 14 Pro Plus. You also get an optical in-display fingerprint sensor to unlock this device, which responds quite well. You also get an IP68 protection for dust and water resistance for extra protection, just like the 13 Pro Plus. But unlike the 13, Xiaomi claims that the Note 14 Pro Plus can last up to 24 hours in a 2 meters deep water, although nobody has physically in real time verified this yet, because who will dip their phones inside water for 24 hours? That is simply insane. The Note 14 Pro Plus features a dual stereo speakers on the top and bottom of this device, with high-res audio powered by Dolby Atmos for a balanced audio output. But a little bird revealed to me that the audio coming out of the 13 Pro Plus sounds better than the audio quality of the Note 14 Pro Plus. Remember, I said a little bird. The 14 Pro Plus is powered by the new Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 chipset 4nm processor, which is supposed to be an upgrade to the 13 Pro Plus MediaTek Dimensity 7200 Ultra 4nm chipset. And it is, although some people are still going to argue, but don't get me wrong, both phones are great and smooth in running day-to-day activities and multitasking. But the Qualcomm processor in the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3 gives the Note 14 Pro Plus an advantage to outperform the MediaTek 7200 Ultra in the Note 13, and you'll notice this when you put both phones side by side and perform heavy duty tasks like gaming and basically any graphic demanding task. Both phones runs on Xiaomi Hyper OS. The Note 14 Pro Plus comes with the Android 14, while the Note 13 Pro Plus came with the Android 13, but both devices support up to 3 years of major Android upgrade. Now, the storage of the 14 Pro Plus global version starts at 8GB of RAM to up to 12GB, with 256GB of memory storage to up to 512GB of memory storage, all powered by the UFS 2.2, which is actually a downgrade from last year's UFS 3.1 in the 13 Pro Plus. Also, if AI feature is a thing for you when choosing a smartphone, well, you got some flagship level AI features on this phone, because Xiaomi dedicated a specific section in the setting only for AI features. So there you'll find a lot of AI feature that the Note 14 Pro Plus can run. Some works, but some might not, but will eventually work after you've upgraded the software as it is available. Also, there are still bloatwares in this device, which is typical in all Redmi devices, but if you know your way around the phone, then you can easily turn off the notification to block the pop-ups so they never get to disturb you again. I think at this point it is worthy to mention that just like the base model, that is the Redmi Note 14, Xiaomi also made two versions of the Note 14 Pro Plus, and that is the global version, which is what I'm reviewing now, and the Chinese version. And as usual, the Chinese version comes with a much improved or slightly improved features than the global version. I'm talking the IP69 instead of the 68 rating, the UFS 3.1 for storage, a telephoto camera which the global version of the Note 14 Pro Plus does not have, and a bigger battery which we'll get into in a minute. Now, out of every other features in the Note 14 Pro Plus, which seems fine, the one feature that completely ruins this phone and makes it a total flop for me is the camera. I mean, to be very honest, different people buy phones for different reasons, and for some people the camera is one of the major reasons why they buy a phone. I mean, explain to me how I should scoop out a whooping $385 to buy a smartphone that comes with a bad and whack looking camera. I mean, let's not sugarcoat things. It is very obvious and definitely not what I expected from the Note 14 Pro Plus. I mean, it is supposed to be an upgrade, for God's sake. On the global version of the Note 14 Pro Plus, you get a 200 megapixel main camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide and 2 megapixel macro lens, and a 20 megapixel selfie camera, but without a telephoto camera, which we get on the Chinese version. Video recording on the back camera supports up to 4K at 30 frames per second, but the selfie camera is still stocked at 1080 by 30 fps. Explain to me how we are still not able to get at least 2K on the selfie camera. It makes no sense at all. Now, for batteries, the global version of the Note 14 Pro Plus comes with a 5110 mAh battery capacity and supports up to 120 watts of charging, while the Chinese version comes with a bigger 6200 mAh battery capacity but only supports up to 90 watts of charging. So you get to decide if you want to keep the bigger battery with the normal charging speed, or you want a smaller battery with the faster 120 watts. And to be very honest, I think 90 watts still charges pretty decent, so I guess I'll keep the bigger battery. You're welcome. Don't mention. So after taking a closer look to the Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus and comparing it with last year's 13 Pro Plus, I think that every other specs and feature feels like an upgrade. I mean, we can see all those little upgrades in other features and specs here and there, but something about the camera of the Note 14 Pro Plus still feels very off. I mean, the performance is good, the updates, the processor and all of that, but the camera is a total turn off, and I won't easily ignore that, because scooping a $385 to purchase a smartphone, especially when you've exchanged it to our local currency, is a lot. So I don't think I'll ignore the camera if I need to choose this phone. But what about you? Will you totally ignore the camera and go for the Note 14 Pro Plus? For me, I'll skip it. But what about you? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to support us and help us grow. And until the next one, bye for now.